Hello, welcome to a sort of special developer diary. I'm going to sort of revisit what I was talking about with Rumble, Haptics, and the Steam controller. So I was able to implement my sort of Rumble, although I use the term Rumble loosely. It's more like a gentle massage. But let me sort of give you the demo, and I'll try and explain what's cool about it, what maybe isn't the best, and I don't know. But I just thought it was somewhat interesting to share. So basically, our controls for this Steam controller basically is sort of like a GameCube thing. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well, you can maybe hear and see, but the haptics aren't overly quiet, and we're driving them quite a bit to create sort of like a massage style rumbling. So basically the surfaces of the two things vibrate really quickly, and so it's sort of like a rumble. But the interesting thing is that because you only feel it in your thumb, the actual controller isn't shaking. We can do left and right, which even on the Xbox 360 one, it has a left and a right motor, you know, in these little handle things, but you can't really tell the difference. They both shake the controller, and as I explained last time, you know, one shakes it more and the other shakes it a little less, but faster. Anyway. So let me just do this again. I'm sure the video looks like crap filming the monitor. So basically what's happening is as the footsteps of the guy approach, I feel it in my right thumb. So my right thumb starts vibrating very, very slightly, and now it's rumbling really strong. And now it's in both, and now it's sort of moving to the left thumb. And then it's getting looser and weaker and weaker. So let me just put the controller here. You probably can't see the things vibrating, but you can sort of hear them. That's probably not the best, because it can get kind of loud. Especially if you go and get killed by the enemy, then it's sort of like maximum intensity, so. As far as the volume of the controller rumble, I'm not sure what we can do about that, because in general, since it's haptics, and it's actually, you just feel it in your fingertips, it doesn't quite have the same visceral response as the rumble. So, you know, we really have to drive the haptics hard to, you know, get that sort of a more visceral response. But the problem is, I mean, these kind of look like speaker cones, so I'm not entirely certain what's making the noise, but I suspect that vibrating these speaker cone shaped things is, you know, vibrating air, which is why you get the noise. So in general, I'm not sure what can be done about that, as far as, you know, is our rumble just going to be loud on the Steam controller? I mean, probably. I don't know if there's really a way around that, but I'm hoping that everyone will play the game with headphones and enable our headphone mode, which I'm particularly proud of. And so, if you're playing with headphones and you have some nice headphones, I personally always use the Sennheiser HD 280 Pro. I don't get money from them. I just really like these headphones, so that's why I'm giving the little advertisement. But they're closed dynamics, so you can't really hear the controller, you know, freaking out when you're playing. Because, I mean, it does sort of take away... What did I do now here? It does sort of take away from the tension of the game. Did I unplug the controller? Oh no, I don't know what I did. I think maybe I unplugged the controller by accident. But anyway, so that's sort of, well, anyway, I guess I don't know, this has kind of been a frazzled developer diary. But the cool part, the part that I think is really special about our Steam controller implementation is that the rumble conveys gameplay information, so you can tell if the enemy is on the left or the right side of you, which is important information and what we usually communicate through audio. But I don't know, I guess if you're deaf and you're playing the game, I don't know, it might be helpful. But also, I mean, like, you know, if you're playing with speakers, which don't use the headphones and turn on headphone mode. But if someone forced you to play with speakers, then, you know, sometimes the left and right separation is a lot harder to hear, and so then the Steam controller could help you, but then it would also be loud. So it's kind of lose-lose if you don't use headphones. But, I mean, I guess, at least for our game, I think it's cool that it conveys that sort of extra information, the direction the rumbling is coming from, and I feel like, you know, the games that, you know, other games could use that, perhaps for even a greater effect. And certainly, if you use, I mean, I assume that we'll probably support the A button, which they're going to put down here. There's going to be 4 buttons down here or something. And so the layout of buttons, if you use that, then you sort of miss out. But basically, we're using this as one big button, sort of like the dream of the GameCube controller. So we have, like, our directional pad sort of thing, and then, you know, your big interact button A, this super big button, and then you don't care about the rest. So yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool. I guess you have to always rest your thumbs on it, which I guess some games they use just touching as a button, but we use, you know, the actual press, because these press, it's sort of like L3, R3, you know, the stick buttons on the regular controller. So that's what we use. Anyway, I'm sure I've bored you enough with my talk about haptics and rumble and whatnot, but I don't know, I just love peripherals, and I love to, you know, try and do something new and interesting with them, which is why I was sort of so motivated to try and do a cool, like, rumble implementation with the Steam controller. So anyway, thanks for watching.